As you heard, it's online head to head. Oh crap, the Bucks lost. That sucks.
And thank you, Coach. We are across
Joe
the
Morris.
Hudson from Midtown Manhattan at
Yo, you there, Joe Morris?
Just before we came on air, this New York crowd fired up by the arrival of their G-men as they burst from the locker room. They're ready to go as the Giants get set to match up with the Chicago Bears. Aldrich Rosas, the Giants kicker, ready to go. And here we go from MetLife Stadium.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Now a play fake here on first down. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. An early statement on the game's first play.
Bears aren't good
18
this year.
yards and a first down. Here's carry number one.
They have one of the best running backs.
And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. From the gun, it's Trubisky. Flush to his right. There he goes inside the 30. 23 yards on the tuck and run.
Now, those are the ones that hurt defensively. You do everything right. Excellent pressure, good coverage downfield, and then he slips out the back door and turns it into a nice gain.
Oh my God.
On first down, Trubisky. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Mario Edwards in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8.
Now, that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. And that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
On second down, Trubisky. And this is Gabriel on the catch. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down. On third down, Trubisky. It's caught on the right side by Robinson.
Take your easy 3, boy.
Hey. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to fourth down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet.
Excuse me.
Rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. So a nice opening drive on the road. You get the 3 points. Part of you wonders if that might hurt them later not getting into the end zone.
Well, the good thing is, still first quarter, and they didn't come out of it with points. In a sense, they can look at it positively and say, hey, we set the pace in this one. I think that's how they'll go about it.
Manning and the Giants come up now 1st and 10 at their own 23. Play action. Manning. And his first look is incomplete.
Well, it's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker, because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. The first carry for the former Nittany Lion. This is Saquon Barkley. And once again, not much running room, if any at all. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Receiver.
From the gun, it's Manning. He's got the hook up. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A giant first down. Manning doing open Beckham. When you give up points on the opening drive, in this case a field goal, you'd hate to go 3 and out. They avoid that.
They do, and it's also walking that fine line mentally, too, as a coach, isn't it? Because you want to emphasize to your team exactly what you said. All right, we gave up a field goal. Let's go back and at least equal that, guys. But if we don't, you don't want them to feel like it's the end of the world either. Nice that they were able to pick up the first down there, help them relax a little bit.
Now Saquon Barkley, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Manning to throw on 2nd down.
No.
And bringing it in right side here, Beckham. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and it's the Giants with the football here as we begin quarter number 2. They do, however, have a tough 3rd and long coming up.
Dang it, I want to see if Ingram is the height of...
Manning.
Oh my God.
And Ingram holds it in. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down.
Excuse me.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Stewart on the counter. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Manning to throw on 2nd down. Over the middle to Beckham. Got some real estate inside the 30.
Hey.
A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Well, that's the kick starter right there. Eli Manning finding his guy, Odell Beckham Jr.
Yeah, it's a deadly combination, isn't it?
It really is, but what really makes it work is just how unflappable Eli is with his demeanor, able to maintain his calm and his poise, because we know OBJ, he can run pretty hot and get excited out there.
Sometimes just one-handed grabs for him.
It doesn't matter what it is. Just throw it up there. He'll go get it.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the tuck rule that they can fall back on anymore.
Manning will try again on 2nd down. His throw caught.
No.
And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. Manning able to find OBJ there for a Giants first down. Well, they're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this. And, hey, you know, how are you guys going to come out of the gate? I know I offered my help with a few plays, and they didn't seem to want it.
I didn't offer mine.
You know, you were the smart one. Whatever they're doing, though, it's working really well.
They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. Again, it's Manning. And Ingram's got it. Touchdown, Giants. Evan Ingram from 6 yards away. And the Giants are in for 6. Yeah, he is a reliable target. They like to get him involved. They got him involved there for the score.
And they should. He's a very good player. Remember, they can use him in certain positions, so many different spots, and he usually comes through for them.
PAT up and good by Rosas. And that makes it a 7-3
My
lead.
God, impressive.
Rosas now to kick this one away.
Wow.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Bears offense now heading back out onto the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Well, let's take a step away from this game for a second. Talk about teams that are undefeated through 2 weeks in the NFL season. Miami, Denver, Cincinnati, Tampa Bay. How about those surprises all being 2-0 right now?
Yeah, the Jaguars, the Chiefs, and the Rams are all 2-0. Not a major surprise. You're exactly right, because they have one common characteristic, those teams you mentioned, Miami, Denver, Cincinnati, and Tampa. None of them made the playoffs last year. And what's the one thing we do know about the NFL? Roughly half the teams that made the playoffs a year before will not make them 2 years in a row. So these teams could be some of the early replacements in the playoff race for 2018.
And one more stat, 62% of teams that start 2-0 make the playoffs. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. We're back to East Rutherford, but first this timeout. So on 4th down, on is the punter, Pat O'Donnell, to kick it away. And how about this, a fake? And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. They fake the punt. It doesn't work out. It's such a risky play
really
there to
thought
fake it.
that was
You're either the
over.
hero or the GOAT. Here they're going to be the GOAT.
Unfortunate, too, because you know they thought they had something there. They don't call it just a call. They don't just say, oh, what the heck, let's go ahead and fake it here. They feel like they've got something on. They've got the defense in the right spot. Just unsuccessful in that opportunity.
A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains. Manning now 7 of 10 here in this first half, and he's got a 1st and 10. Now Manning. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Wasn't even easy.
Switching gears for a second, after last year, 7 NFL head coaches were relieved of their duties. And in week 1 of this season, those 7 coaches went 0-7. They fared a little better, though, in week 2.
They certainly did. Finally got into the win column. 3 of those happened. 1 in Chicago, 1 in Tennessee, and 1 in Indianapolis. Finally getting off the schneid. The other guys trying to get it done in week 3.
Yeah, including John Gruden. Curious to see when he gets his first victory out west.
If you heard that, excuse
After the
me.
incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Out of the gun, Trubisky. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on first and second down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. If you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
They run play action for Howard. Now Trubisky. They'll roll him out right. Open man is Miller. He's got it. And he's going to be out of bounds at the 39. A gain of 19 in picking up the first.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
Now Trubisky on first down. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Well, taking a glance across the NFL through 2 weeks of the season, you've got quite a few teams that are winless, which obviously makes sense 2 weeks in, but the John Gruden era not off to the best start. They're at 0-2, Charles.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that, Brandon. I mean, the Raiders, I believe this is the 15th time in franchise history they've started 0-2. None of the previous 14 times have they started 0-2 and made the playoffs. So the John Gruden era, not off to the start they're looking for, but I do think they're going to improve during the year. I wouldn't rule them out just yet. They might make a little bit of history with their franchise. I think the Steelers and the Browns at 0-1-1, it's an odd record, but the Browns actually feel halfway decent about it if they can fix their kicking. The Steelers, utterly disappointed they're 0-1-1.
Yeah, but the Browns, you're right, they could very easily be 2-0 right now. He's going to air one out. And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Chicago. Allen Robinson, 61 yards. And the Bears are in for 6. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Parkey with the extra point, and the lead is now 10-7. Here's Parkey now, set to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. And New York set to take the field. A tale of two extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive, followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right?
They've got his man complete. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. And give him a gain of 37. They go play action here on first down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15, just shy of the 10. A really good pickup of 28 yards. Manning now on first down. This is caught. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? Give him 2 yards on that play, and it'll be second and about a yard. Now Manning again, and it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. He's at the 50, 30, 20, 10, and he will score. Touchdown, Chicago. So from one end zone all way to the other. Talk about a turnaround.
And how about the excitement that that play generates for his team? Not just the points on the board, but the momentum and taking it from coast to coast, end zone to end zone. What a tremendous play. Now give that man an oxygen tank.
That's your boy Old Mo, you said. Momentum, right?
Old Mo, I think he's kind of limping across at the end because of that distance, but he made it.
Cody Latimer now on the return. The Giants offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Hey, you got three.
One final try now for Manning. Caught left side, it's Beckham. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. Latimer on the return. Now out come the Giants. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Manning. And he comes back with one complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. On play action, it's Manning.
Oh my God.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And he'll get this one out to the 50 to the midfield.
I'm just gonna end the stream here, guys. Bye.